All right. So you're thinking about getting a new laptop, huh?
Yeah, it can be a little overwhelming trying to figure out what to look for, especially with all the new tech coming out all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And you don't want to drop a bunch of cash only to find out your new machine is already outdated, right?
absolutely.
Well, today we are diving deep into all the laptop trends for 2024.
We are going to give you the inside scoop, break down the tech, and hopefully give you all the knowledge you need.
So you can make that big purchase with confidence.
That's the goal.
And to help us out, we've got this awesome research here, pasted text.
Really lays out the landscape.
And from what I've seen, things are about to get really interesting in the laptop world.
Oh, yeah, we are on the cusp of some pretty major shifts.
Like, what really jumped out at me, and I think a lot of people are noticing this, is OLED screens.
They're becoming pretty much standard in higher-end laptops these days.
And I gotta say, I just got a phone with an OLED screen.
Oh, yeah.
And
Whoa.
what a difference.
They're game changer, right?
Seriously, everything just pops. The colors are so vibrant.
Exactly. OLED gives you this incredible contrast. The blacks are deeper, the colors are richer. It's just a completely different visual experience.
So is this something that is being driven by, like, gamers or video editors? People who really need that visual fidelity.
It's definitely a factor. I mean, as laptops become more powerful and people are doing more demanding tasks, like you said, video editing, gaming, even just streaming high-quality content.
People want a screen that can keep up.
Yeah, and OLED delivers.
Okay, so OLED is a big one, but there's another thing that I am always on the lookout for, and I know I'm not alone here.
Let me guess, battery life.
Haha, you got it.
Yeah.
I mean, we are all so mobile these days, working from coffee shops, on planes, you name it.
Nobody wants to be tethered to an outlet.
Right. So what's being done to make these laptops last longer?
Well, a lot of it comes down to the processors.
Okay, so the brains of the operation.
Exactly. Like Intel has been coming out with these new chips, and Apple, of course, has their M-series processors.
Which are incredibly efficient from what I've heard.
Oh, yeah. They deliver crazy performance, but they sip power compared to older chips.
So you get the power without sacrificing battery life.
Exactly. And we are also seeing advancements in how the laptops themselves manage their power.
Like smarter software.
Yeah, they're getting better at optimizing energy usage based on what you're doing.
So if you're just browsing the web, it'll conserve power. But if you're editing a video, it'll kick into high gear.
Exactly.
That's pretty smart.
It's all about making the most of that precious battery life.
Okay, so OLED, long battery life. What else is shaking things up in the laptop world? What about these foldable laptops I've been seeing? Are they a gimmick or the real deal?
Foldable laptops are pretty cool.
Yeah, but are they practical?
Well, it's still early days, but I think there's some serious potential there.
I just imagine the screen cracking after a while.
Yeah, durability is a concern. Different manufacturers are using different folding mechanisms, and some seem more robust than others.
I guess it's like anything. The technology's got to mature a bit.
Right. But the idea of a device that can seamlessly transition from a tablet to a full-fledged laptop is pretty enticing.
I can see that,
Oh,
especially for people who need to work on the go.
exactly.
So we've talked about screens, battery life, foldable designs. Let's get specific. What about laptops for gamers? Those machines always seem to be pushing the limits.
Oh yeah, gaming laptops are beasts. They're packed with the most powerful components you can find.
Like, what kind of stuff are we talking about?
Top-of-the-line graphics cards from NVIDIA and AMD.
Okay, those are the big players, right?
Yep, they're what make those crazy high frame rates and stunning visuals possible.
And what about the processors?
You're talking processors with like 12 cores, 16 cores, even more.
Whoa. That's serious processing power.
And then you need tons of RAM, fast storage, everything to keep up with the demands of modern games.
And of course, you got to have a screen that can handle all that action.
Oh yeah, high refresh rate screens are a must for gaming. 144 Hz, 240 Hz, even 360 Hz now.
So it's basically a desktop gaming rig in a portable package.
Pretty much.
Are there any brands that are really killing it in the gaming laptop space right now?
Oh, there are a bunch. Asus with their ROG series, they're always at the top of the game.
I've heard good things about them.
Alienware is another big one. They push the boundaries with their designs and performance.
Yeah, they've got that really distinct look.
And then you've got brands like Razer, MSI. They're all putting out some serious gaming machines.
So plenty of choices for the hardcore gamers out there.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've covered the gamers, but what about the professionals? What kind of laptops should they be looking for?
Professionals need a machine that's reliable, powerful, and can handle demanding tasks.
Makes sense. Time is money.
Exactly. They need something that's not going to slow them down.
So what's the priority for a professional laptop?
Well, first off, a solid-state drive, or SSD, is a must. That's going to give you super fast boot times and snappy performance overall.
There's no more waiting around for things to load.
Exactly. And RAM is crucial too. 16 GB or more is ideal for multitasking and running heavy software.
Yeah, I'm guessing a high-resolution screen is important too, right?
Oh, yeah, especially for anyone doing visual work, designers, photographers, video editors. You need a screen that's sharp, accurate, and easy on the eyes.
And I imagine a comfortable keyboard is high on the list too.
Absolutely. If you're spending hours typing, you want a keyboard that feels good and doesn't cramp your hands.
Makes sense. Are there any specific models or brands that stand out for professionals?
Oh, yeah. MacBook Pros are always a popular choice, especially for creatives.
They've got a great reputation for reliability and performance.
Dell XPS laptops are another solid option. They got great build quality, powerful components, and they look pretty slick too.
I had an XPS a few years back, and it was a workhorse.
Yeah, they're built to last.
And let's be real, not everyone needs a top-of-the-line laptop.
Totally.
Some people just need a machine for basic tasks, browsing the web, checking email, that kind of thing.
And thankfully, there are some great budget-friendly options out there that don't skimp on quality.
Any recommendations?
Acer Aspire series is a good place to start. They offer a lot of bang for your buck.
Now, what about Lenovo?
Yeah, Lenovo IdeaPads are another solid choice in the budget category. They're known for their durability and good performance for the price.
And HP.
HP Pavilion laptops are also worth checking out. They've got a wide range of models to choose from at different price points.
So there's something for everyone, no matter your budget.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've talked about the big trends, some specific models, but let's get down to the nitty-gritty. What are the key specs that everyone should understand when comparing laptops?
All right, so let's start with the processor. This is the brain of your computer, and its speed is measured in gigahertz or gigahertz.
So the higher the gigahertz, the faster the laptop, right?
In general,
Yeah.
yes, but it's not quite that simple. You also need to consider the architecture of the processor and the number of cores.
Okay, so it's not just about the raw gigahertz number.
Right. A newer processor with a lower gigahertz might actually be faster than an older one with a higher gigahertz.
We gotta look at the bigger picture.
Exactly. Then you've got RAM, which stands for Random Access Memory.
And that's measured in gigabytes, GB.
Right. RAM is basically your computer's short-term memory. It's where it stores the data it's actively using.
So the more RAM you have, the more tasks you can do at once without your laptop slowing down.
Exactly. For basic use, 8 GB of RAM is usually enough. But if you're doing more demanding tasks like video editing or gaming, you'll want 16 GB or more.
And then there's storage. What's the deal with SSDs versus HDDs?
So storage is where your files, applications, and operating system live. You have two main types: solid-state drives, or SSDs, and hard disk drives, or HDDs.
And SSDs are the faster ones, right?
Yeah, SSDs are much faster than HDDs because they don't have any moving parts. This means your laptop boots up quicker, programs load faster, and everything just feels snappier.
So SSDs are definitely the way to go if you can afford them.
I would recommend an SSD for pretty much anyone these days. HDDs are cheaper and offer more storage space, but the speed difference is just so noticeable.
And what about screen quality? There's so many different types of displays out there.
Yeah, screen quality is really important, especially if you're spending a lot of time looking at your laptop. The first thing to consider is resolution.
Which is measured in pixels, right?
Exactly. The higher the resolution, the sharper the image. 1920 by 1080, also known as Full HD, is pretty standard these days. But you can find laptops with higher resolutions, like 2560 by 1440 or even 4K.
And then there are different types of display panels too, right?
Yeah, IPS panels are pretty common and offer excellent viewing angles and color accuracy. OLED screens, like we talked about earlier, deliver incredible contrast and vibrant colors, but they can be more expensive.
So many things to consider. It's easy to get overwhelmed with all the specs and options.
Definitely. It's important to do your research and figure out what features are most important to you.
And think about what you're actually going to be using the laptop for.
Exactly. If you're just browsing the web and checking email, you don't need a super high-end machine.
Right. But if you're a gamer or a video editor, you're going to want to prioritize those performance specs.
And if you're a professional who needs to be mobile, battery life and portability are key.
So many different needs, so many different laptops.
And new models are coming out all the time.
Speaking of which, are there any exciting upcoming releases or rumors we should be keeping an eye on?
Always. The rumor mill is constantly churning.
What have you heard?
Well, there's talk of new MacBook Pro models with even more powerful M-series chips.
Those M chips are pretty impressive.
They really are. And we might see some foldable laptops from major manufacturers like HP and Dell hitting the market soon.
Foldable laptops, that's going to be interesting to watch.
Yeah, it's still early days for that technology, but the potential is there.
I'm curious to see how it all plays out.
Me too. Who knows what other innovations are just around the corner?
It's an exciting time to be in the tech world, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground today. We talked about the big trends shaping the laptop market.
OLED screens, long battery life, foldable designs, gaming laptops, professional laptops, budget-friendly options.
We even got into the nitty-gritty of specs like processors, RAM, storage, and screen quality.
Hopefully, we've given everyone a good foundation for making an informed decision about their next laptop purchase.
And remember, a laptop is an investment. Do your research, compare prices, and don't be afraid to ask questions.
Exactly.
And with that, we'll leave you with a thought to ponder. What features will define the ultimate laptop 5 years from now?
What do you think?
That's a tough one. But I'm excited to find out.
Me too.
Until next time, happy tech hunting.
See ya.